Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some ladder using giant EDRAG. So it's been such a long time since I've made a YouTube video on this deck, and because it's early season, and also because it's one of my favorite decks to play, even though it's not amazing in the meta anymore, I still think it's viable if you play it really well. And as you guys know, giant is one of my favorite archetypes to play. It's kind of a shame that recently, I haven't been able to make as many videos on it because, of course, there's so much fisherman in the meta, there's a lot of hunter, there's a lot of buildings, and just overall a lot of really strong cards against the giant. And I think there's also a lot of win conditions that are overall better than the giant right now, such as like the balloon and the royal giant that just, I feel like are just in a much better spot in this meta. But we're going to attempt to push up on ladder early season using, my favorite giant deck. If you guys remember, I used to always make videos on this deck a couple of years ago. In fact, when I was first getting my name out there, a lot of people knew me, kind of like as a giant one trick. Like giant was really the only deck I used, in this deck specifically I was really good at, and I really enjoyed playing it. So I wanted to make a video on this deck. It's been, as I said, I think a couple of videos since I made one. You have triple spell, you got minor and giant as your main win conditions. EDRAG and Prince is your main defensive cards. EDRAG is actually pretty solid against Inferno Drags and overall lava decks in general, which are pretty popular in this meta. And this deck actually does pretty solid versus minor wall breakers, so that's the main reason why I wanted to test it out. So before we get into the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS. Any Superstar game helps support me, channel, and I really do appreciate all you guys use my code. It means a lot. So 6,074, 1,700 right now. Nothing crazy, but the season just started, so I'm not insanely high up on ladder. I've also been busy playing the global tournament on my main account and mini account, so wasn't playing ladder like, a ton. But anyway, we'll give this guy the good luck, see what he's gonna do. So he's gonna go for Goblin Barrel and an Ice Spirit. So if this is log bait, which it's looking like, we do have 3 spells. We got log, zap, and fireball. So this isn't obviously a bad matchup, but at the same time it's not a great matchup. And you guys might be thinking, why wouldn't log bait be like an extremely easy matchup if you have 3 spells? Well, the reason why is mostly because of this princess that you see right here. The princess gets so much value for him, and if he also has the Inferno, which I assume he does unless he's using the Tesla variant, that also is a little annoying because even though I have a zap to reset the Inferno, it gets a lot of value against the giant and against things like Mega Minion and the Prince as well, if nothing's tanking for it. So we gotta watch out, but we definitely can win this. I just think it's one that can go either way, and it's not as easy as you guys would think. Like, just because you have triple spell doesn't really mean it's like an easy, win at all. You really need to focus and play well. So we're going to go for a zap here on top of the Goblin Gang. And I'm curious, how does he defend this Prince? I think the Knight might deal enough damage to it, so unfortunately he can just go for, he can just log that and it's going to be enough. Does he go Princess at the Bridge here? If he does, I'm just going to go for... Okay, that's a juke. So let's see if he goes Princess at the Bridge now. We'll see. I'm going to Giant in the back. If he goes Princess at the Bridge, we'll just Prince. He's going to play passively, so he's going to go Knight. He has not played any Princess at the Bridge yet, which is surprising, because lots of log bait players in this matchup will usually play Princesses at the Bridge, knowing they can defend pretty easily, but this guy's choosing to play a little bit more passively. So that Inferno is kind of an interesting placement. I'm going to go ahead and actually Giant in the opposite lane, knowing that he played an Inferno pretty late. And then we're going to try to... Hopefully this EDRAG... I think it should be able to... Oh, no. It's not going to be able to lock on the Inferno. We're getting a lot of minor damage, though. I feel like that was a pretty big mistake on his end, the Inferno in the right lane. He should have played it in the middle. You never really should, as the log bait player, play an Inferno in front unless you really, really have to, and I feel like he didn't have to. I just think for some reason he did. I'm going to save my log here because that was a juke. That's another thing I really like doing with this deck when there's like a juke, so that way you can save your log. I don't know how I feel about that rocket. Sure, he got, the tower damage and he hit the Prince, but I don't know if it was the best play, because now he's going to be pretty low on elixir going into defense here. So I'm going to Fireball. It's going to finish off the Inferno as well as the Princess. We're going to go for a log. On this, EDRAG does connect to the tower. Wow, it's going to get quite a lot of damage. I'm going to go for a Mega Minion because he might go Princess at the bridge. No, he doesn't. Really good. Actually, that was a pretty good Goblin Barrel on his end. He managed to outcycle our log, but at the same time, maybe a little aggressive because you saw he had no elixir for the miner, so it got free damage on his tower. And it looks like this guy's getting a little bit, I guess you could say, sloppy right now. Like, he's playing overly aggressive. He's getting really, really desperate for damage, as you guys can tell. So he's going to go for a Goblin Gang right after I log this. There's no doubt about that. At least I think, or maybe he's not. Wow. So he got nothing out of that there. We got a really good value log. We're going to get a good fireball here. We're going to go for a miner to distract the Inferno. I really like going for this miner placement when I got a giant coming down, but then I realized the Prince was there anyway, distracting it, so it didn't really matter. Anyway, that's going to be a good game. You know, even though I said at the beginning, like, this matchup isn't as easy as it looks, made it look pretty easily, because I feel like this guy, he didn't play perfectly, but at the same time, I feel like I also played pretty well. I did everything I needed to, and I think he just made a couple cycling errors, and some of the Infernos weren't, like, the best early on. But I also think I did everything I needed to as well. So, really nice win on our end there to, yeah, for the first game. It's going to put us at 6,100, so let's keep going, see how we can get, maybe we can get to 6,200, I'm not really sure. Also, let me know for my next video what you guys want to see. I can do a video on another deck I haven't used in a while on ladder, or I can use like a meta deck and play the global tournament, maybe like minor wall breakers in the global tournament getting to 25 wins or something. Just let me know what you guys want to see. But if you want to see something more off meta, I'll use it early season on ladder, because global tournament I take pretty seriously, so I want to use something good in the meta. So we're going to be versus recruits Royal Hogs most likely. Our EDRAG is going to get really good value in this matchup, but I think that this is not going to be too easy just because of the, I feel like his recruits are going to be really annoying. Even though the EDRAG gets good value against the recruits, I just think that they're still going to be annoying to deal with, for sure, because they're great against the Prince, and I think they're not bad against the Giant as well, so we'll see. I think that... Ooh, he messed up the King activation. Alright, let's see. I think here we go for a defensive miner on top of the Flying Machine, and he's going to get Royal Hogs down, alright. Since that was aggressive, I'm actually going to go ahead and Giant, and if he's going to... wait. I think we won, actually. He's so low on elixir right now. I think we won. We're going to miner too, because this will 3-crown him. So he's going to have to spend more elixir. Let's go. He goes for the fireball. So that miner was really good on my end because he had to spend an additional elixir because of it. So we got 1 elixir back off of that. King Tower's low. Still have more than half health on our left tower. So really good on our end. His biggest mistake in that situation was going for those Royal Hogs at the bridge. I think that those were a little aggressive because we were able to counter push off of those really nicely, as you guys saw. I feel like this deck he's using, you should play really passively until double or triple elixir, because if you're too aggressive, as you just saw, your opponent is able to punish you pretty easily, because if you don't have the recruits in cycle or enough elixir for them, you're going to have a pretty hard time defending, you know, giant pushes, because recruits are going to be your main way of playing defense with the deck he's using. So yeah, we pretty much won. We got Fireball for his Royal Hogs whenever he chooses to play them. Actually, I'm going to have to Fireball this Flying Machine, but, you know, it's okay. With 14 seconds left, there's no way he takes half of our tower with Royal Hogs, especially if we have, you know, enough elixir to defend it how we need to. Yeah, he's not even going to get a lick of damage. He got nothing. So, really nice win there. And, you know, I haven't, to be honest, since I haven't played Giant EDRAG in a while, I don't exactly know what that matchup is. I know it's certainly not really easy, though. It might not be horrible. But I think that's one that really like could probably go either way. But I really think what helped us was him going so aggressive with those Royal Hogs and just we were able to counter push off of those. So that's obviously what won us that game. So put us at 1200. Let's go ahead and search for the next one. And 3 games away from 6200. We'll see if we can make it there before the end of the video. We'll see here. So I'm gonna wait. We're gonna just chill for a second, see if he wants to do anything. So he's gonna miner. I'm honestly very tempted to go giant in front of this miner. I feel like it's a pretty safe play because we have the Mega Minion down. Oh my god, we just got so lucky there. Like, that was so lucky. And look at this, guys. Reverse miner wall breakers. I'm pretty sure I have a really good matchup. And this is the whole reason why I was considering making a video on this deck. And also, guys, I'm thinking end season, I might use this deck. Because I had a rough ladder season the last couple months, and my best ladder finish with this deck was 15th, and there was one time I almost finished, I remember, like, top 5 with it, but I lost my last game. What if I use this deck? Like, what if I use this deck, and you know what kind of inspired me a little bit? Viper finishing #1 with Hog X NATO. Is this deck worse than Hog X NATO? Is it, like, slightly better? Is it, like, the same? It makes me think it's possible to get a really, really good finish with this deck. Even though, sure, Giant isn't meta, but with Hog X NATO finishing #1 last season, and the Executioner being very, very weak, and even the Goblins, too. Like, no one uses the Goblins. And, you know, even, like, the Valkyrie, too, you know? Everyone's using the Knight right now, not the Valkyrie. So, it's making me think it's possible. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I give Giant EDRAG a try this ladder season? I decided to take that damage because by the time I would have been able to fireball, it would have been too late, I think. I think one of the wall breakers would have connected. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I want to know 2 things. 1, how do you compare Giant EDRAG to Hog X NATO? Do you think Giant EDRAG is stronger overall in the meta? Do you think it's weaker? Do you think it's the same? And then, like, do you think I should use it, you know, this ladder season? Let me know what you guys think, because I'm considering it. I really am considering it. I haven't decided yet, though. So we're going to go for a fireball like this. And I hope I don't lose this because I said at the beginning that I'm pretty sure this was a good matchup for me. I know that the Bats and Spear Goblins variant 100% is, but I still feel like this is, for overall, still probably pretty good for me. But yeah, also, I think earlier on I got distracted because I was, like, talking. You know, I was talking and thinking about other things, so I was kind of, like, multitasking. Like, I wasn't talking about the game. So that's definitely a good matchup for me. I don't think I played that perfectly. That's really good for me. I mean, his arrows get no value for him either. So yeah, that's why I was considering using Giant EDRAG this season, because it hard counters Minor Wall Breakers, and there's so many Minor Wall Breaker decks. Now, Minor Wall Breakers Hunter, I don't know if it counters that, but I'll tell you this. Minor Wall Breakers like Bats, Spear Goblins, or Minor Wall Breakers Magic Archer Tornado, this deck does so good against, and that's why I was considering it. So let's keep going here, see if we can keep up this win streak. Reverse X-Men right now. We'll give this guy the good luck. If he doesn't do anything for like 20 seconds, I'll throw a miner on his tower, but otherwise I'm going to wait. I, again, in most cases, do not make the first play with this deck. I think it's just kind of, you know, it's a little risky. But again, we're going to do the same thing as last game. Okay, perfect. He just used 5 elixirs, so we're going to giant in front of this. Because he can't punish us. He just used 5 elixir, right? So this isn't even that aggressive. That's the way I look at it. So he's going to have Lava Hound. This is the other thing. This is the other reason why I was considering using it, because this deck does good against Lava Hound. And Lava Hound was pretty good last season too. It finished 4th in the world and 8th in the world last season. So, you know, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm thinking about it. So we're going to pressure here. He's probably going to go for barbarians. So we're going to log. I say we Mega Minion here. And then we ignore that. I don't think that Zap did too much for him. Wait, I'm thinking about his cycle. Couldn't I just... Nah, I'm going to play Giant in the back. I was thinking, couldn't I just go Giant EDRAG at the bridge? But I think... I don't know. I probably could have, but... Guess this is alright too. It probably doesn't matter that much now that I think about it. He's just gonna Inferno drag. This could be a tower trade, which if it is, I'm probably okay with that, to be honest. Hopefully it's a tower trade and he doesn't like take mine here. We'll see. Well, he pretty much got my tower. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. We took his and we didn't have to spend any additional elixir. Okay, okay. Yeah, that sucks that we have to Mega Minion that. I was hoping we didn't have to spend any additional elixir. Oof. Yeah, I didn't like having to play a Mega Minion on that. I didn't like that at all. What we're going to try to do here is this time around we're going to Fireball on offense on his Barbarians, I think. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and Fireball that because I'm pretty confident we can defend here. Yeah. We're gonna go for a prediction Fireball. Oh geez, we didn't get the prediction. I think we still got it anyway though. Yeah, let's go. So nice win there. As I said before the game started, I'm pretty sure this deck has matchup against Lava Hound, especially if they don't have a building. But even if they have a building, you have Log for the Tombstone. And yeah, actually, I would say that was much closer than I thought it would be, especially considering, like, I mean, this guy played it pretty well. But, you know, as I said, Lava finished 4th and 8th last season. So if I decide to use it this season, I definitely would hope it does pretty good versus Lava. You know, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I really would have to grind this deck, though, if I, you know, feel like I want to use it last couple days of the season, because I really, I probably am a little washed with the deck, especially knowing how to play certain matchups in the meta. And honestly, RG, I don't know if I'm able to beat RG with this consistently at all, because the fisherman is pretty annoying for Giant, but it looks like less and less people are using RG. Like last season, not that many people were using it for some reason, and I feel like that would be one of the hardest matchups. So I don't think that was a very good play on his end, like splitting the Royal Hogs. I'm gonna try to punish him for that. There's no guarantee we're gonna get much damage, but we're gonna try. Oh, we're gonna take the tower again. Guys, this is the same mistake that the other guy made who was playing Royal Hogs. So guys, you guys know me because I used to make Royal Hog videos. If I'm using something like Royal Hog Recruits, like an expensive Royal Hog deck, I would not play Royal Hogs first play. Now, if you're using Royal Hogs, you know, cycle with like Mini P.E.K.K.A. Magic Archer when I used to make videos on that, that's a little different. But Royal Hog Recruits, I think it's very risky to go Royal Hogs first play. In fact, I think that Royal Hog Recruits, it's better to wait until double. So I don't at all agree with the first play Royal Hog. I can Fireball because he has his Royal Hogs out of cycle. It's not going to get me punished, I don't think. If he had them in cycle, obviously I wouldn't do that. He misclicks the Flying Machine, so we can go ahead and just go for a Miner here on defense. And we can follow this up with a Zap to cycle us, because I want to try to get back to Fireball as quick as I can. So the question, and again, the split Royal Hogs, why did he not play them all in one lane? I did not have a Fireball in cycle. Again, I just do not agree with that play. When I don't have Fireball in hand, he really needs to be going in for them all in one lane, because that's going to be more threatening and harder for me to defend. So he's really got to hope that he ends up taking one of my towers here, or else, well, he's in a lot of trouble. So we'll see. So there he goes with the Royal Hogs. Can we defend? This is going to be close, guys, but EDRAG coming in clutch. I think we got it, though. I mean, he's 15 seconds to go. We go Fireball Zap as soon as he plays the Hogs. We just got to make sure we got 6 Elixir. That's all we need. We got it. So we managed to beat this Royal Hog deck again. So biggest mistakes on his end were going for the and also, guys, I just want to like specify this, because a lot of people in the comments always say, like, you know, don't focus on the mistakes your opponents are making, like, focus on like what you did well. I just want to make this clear. When I'm like talking about the mistakes my opponent made, I'm not like saying they're like bad or like making fun of them, like anything like that. The reason why I'm talking about the mistakes they make is because ultimately the goal of my videos is to help you guys improve. And so if an opponent's making a mistake, I'm trying to tell you guys it so you understand if you're using the deck they're using to not make the mistake they're making. I just wanted to make that very clear, because there are sometimes comments that say that. Normally I don't really care too much about like what like comments say, especially ones that like disagree like with what I do or say, but I just wanted to make that clear so you guys understood. Like, you know, that's the only reason why I often point out mistakes my opponent makes, because it shows you how to like capitalize off of what they're doing wrong, and it also teaches you to, if you're using the deck they're using and you're in the same situation, to not do what they did, if that at all makes sense. So yeah, really nice video. Yeah, we make it to 6,200. Really good win streak. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game win streak, because I won a couple before I started recording. So that's gonna be it for the video. Man, I really liked how this went, honestly. I didn't know how this was gonna go. I mean, it is early season. I'm not insanely high up, but you know, I might give this a try again. You know, later in the season too, maybe make like another video on it, and I'll consider using end of the season. As I said, Viper finishing #1 with Hogx NATO inspired me, and I was like, hey, is there at all any chance if I grind this deck, could I finish #1 with it? The deck I used to one trick, could I at least, you know, get top 3 with it? Like, I don't know. You know, I'll have to see. And maybe at the very least I'll try, right? Like, even if I don't get like top 3 with it, at least I could get a consistent finish with it, because I am very good with Giant. And, you know, just like overall, like, do my best, like, see what happens. I don't really know, but anyway, that's gonna be it for the video. Make sure to like it if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if not subscribed already. And thanks again. Until next time, guys.